Hey, what's going on, guys? I got a quick video for you today. So on Monday, I did receive a new letter. Now, these are some cards I just bought on eBay, and they are the lenticular cards. These are the hologram cards, or the holographic cards that you get in the SummerSlam Hasbro Series 1 or Series 2 SummerSlam cards. So, a lot of the Hasbro cards, as you know, they do come with different card backs with different variations, right? And anytime you come with the Hasbro cards that have that little win a trip to SummerSlam label in the top, in the upper right hand corner of the card backing, they generally come with these little hologram cards, and these cards in of themselves are actually quite collectible, very rare, very expensive. So there are collectors out there who actually collect those mint on card figures. They actually go for just the regular MOCs, and they'll go for those SummerSlams just so that they can have these cards themselves. So recently I bid on an auction. I was the only bidder and I won it. Now, it was a very expensive price, but when you actually see what these cards sell for on eBay for just one single card, I think I actually got them for a pretty decent price considering. And now, there are actually, I believe, 10 total cards in the collection. I have 6 here, so we're going to be able to look at a bunch of them, not all of them, obviously. So, among the 6 cards we're going to be looking at is Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Boss Man, Brutus Beefcake, Macho King, and the Rockers. So, that means the tag team of the Bushwhackers, the $1 Million Man, Jim Duggan, and Jake Roberts. So, those 4 cards I am missing. But this is basically what your hologram card does look like, starting with Hulk Hogan. And you know what? I do think that I may have had at least a couple of these cards from childhood, because some of these holograms, they do look familiar. Like Hogan, he does look super familiar to me. And I'm thinking like maybe either Bossman or Warrior, because a couple of these, maybe the Rockers. Now, maybe I had an actual SummerSlam card from childhood, or maybe we just saw these cards when we were young. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to read the backing on every single one of these cards, but we'll at least go with the stats. So it says weight 303 pounds, hometown Venice Beach, California, trademark leg drop. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is way too small for my eyesight. The eye surgery did not do anything to improve my vision, not one bit. So I'm going to leave these cards up on the camera, and maybe you guys will be able to read it. But like I said, my vision is crap, so it's pretty much a blur for me. But hopefully you guys will be able to make that stuff out. So 1990 Hulk Hogan Series 1. Sticking with 1990 Series 1. And I'm going to make sure that this is Series 1, because Ultimate Warrior was re-released in Series 2 as well. And I believe this is the 1990 Series 1 Ultimate Warrior. So, Series 1. And this is his hologram. And his says 275 pounds, parts unknown. And trademark hold is the Gorilla Press Big Splash pinning combination. Again, I'm going to let you guys read that. And trademark or copyright is 1990. So, again, this should be the Series 1 card back, or card. Now, these aren't your quintessential card size, like your actual regular, baseball, basketball trading cards. Regular trading cards are about, I don't know, about this size, right? So these are I guess you would call them mini cards or something. So they're a little bit smaller. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put these in the 9-sleeve trading card protector sleeves. And I'll probably put them in a picture frame and see if I can mount these somewhere. Some of the things I got in recently, like the custom Moonbelly Kamala and the custom Peter Kirchner, and maybe these as well, if I could put them in the picture frame. Stuff like this, I'm probably going to see if I can like put them in like one of the spare bedrooms, because stuff like that, I just think that they're so nifty in it, where I want to actually have them displayed somewhere. Big Boss Man. I don't recognize who that wrestler is. It's probably just your enhancement worker. I like that you could actually make out the hologram on the cell phone, so that's good. 357 pounds from Cobb County, Georgia. And the Boss Man Slam is his trademark hold. Again, I can't read this stuff. This writing is way too small for me, so I can barely make out the bio information. So I'm going to hold this up for you just for a few moments. Allow you guys some time to try and read any of that information if you want to. Series 1, Brutus Beefcake. Stomping on somebody's face. That's a nice little fun video we got going on here. Something different than the normal type of video we make. Man, this guy was 271 pounds. I mean, Brutus Beefcake doesn't seem like he was that heavy. From San Francisco, California. Sleeper hold is trademark. After he puts his unlucky opponent in his patent sleeper hold, Beefcake grabs his shears and proceeds to do a little strutting and cutting. That's awesome. Okay. All right. Macho Man or the Macho King? Macho King. It looks like he's jumping from the top rope, doing a double axe handle or something. And it looks like we got one card that is not perfect, but if you look around the edges on all these cards, I mean, these are almost nearly pristine. I think Macho Man so far is the one that's in the worst condition. 245 pounds from Sarasota, Florida. Elbow drop off the top rope, finishing move. We're not learning anything different. We all know this. Led by the epitome of charm and beauty in the kingdom of the madness, sensational Queen Sherry, the Macho King hopes to rule the WWF until the end of time. Who comes up with this stuff? You know, this stuff, it kind of feels like, you know, those lame quotes and stuff that they make you say for like your elementary school or high school yearbook. And it's like, I don't know, like they put something really stupid. I remember like from my 8th grade yearbook, and I forgot what I said, but like my homeroom teacher, they changed what I said. They made something really stupid, and they changed it to something like ridiculous, like, "Look, everybody, we survived Clinton school," or something stupid like that. I'm like, I remember reading that in my 8th grade yearbook, and I'm like, how freaking embarrassing. um, Now, being like I was 15 years old when I was in 8th grade. I got held back, you guys, if you guys remember. So yeah, I was 15 years old in 2000 when I graduated 8th grade, and I was reading that. I'm like, face palm. That was humiliating as heck for me back then. Imagine how I feel today if I were to go back and look at that yearbook and read that. Like, look, we survived Clinton school. I'm like, it's elementary school. What are we to be afraid of in elementary school? Jesus. And so I read like the back of like, these type of cards and stuff. And I'm like, who comes up with this stuff? You know that these wrestlers are not coming up with these lame slogans and stuff, man. So there's got to be some kind of like editor in chief or something that just comes up with like this random junk to like throw in these magazines and on the back of these cards and on the back of these mint on card packaging, right, for your action figures and stuff like that. So lame. We didn't look at the rockers. What is theirs? Looks like Sean is flying off of Marty's shoulders, or off his yeah. Looks like he's flying off his shoulders. Looks like Superman, man. Shoot. Combined weight of 463 pounds from San Antonio, Texas. Looks like Marty is from Columbus, Georgia. Rock on, Marty. So I actually know Columbus, Georgia very well. Columbus, Georgia is where I went to basic training. That is where Fort Benning is located. Now, Fort Benning is a all-male basic training, home of the infantry. I remember going to Fort Benning, and once I got to 21st AG, I'm like, and I see that sign on the outskirts of 21st Adjutant General. I'm like, home of the infantry. I'm like, man, I signed up to be a supply guy. Why the heck are they assigning me to an infantry basic training? I was so pissed. And, I'm a little weakling. I'm a little weak 19-year-old man. I am not fit to be surrounded with a bunch of infantrymen and a bunch of damn special forces and combat trained what do you call it? Freaking drill sergeant stuff, man. And I got my butt whooped in basic training. Man, that was a damn hell. But when I graduated basic training, man, I tell you, nothing was more gratifying than graduation day. Knowing that you accomplished something so impressive. It's like, man, we didn't have no damn stress cards or anything stupid like that at no damn Fort Benning. Come on. So, yeah, I mean, I've to this day, Fort Benning was hell of an experience. So I'll give credit where credit is due. So, and I think I've held that up long enough. Shoot. Yeah, I am going to go ahead and I am going to eventually try to find the rest of the other 4 cards. Also, guys, this Hasbook. I have had this darn Hasbook for over a year. And you can see, man, it is still in mint condition because I have literally never gone through this darn book. Like I may have done like one of these on this book, but I've never actually gone through it, right? And my magazine review videos probably get more views than any of my other videos. So probably not Sunday because I'm still leaving that up to the WWF magazines, but probably sometime this upcoming week, maybe a Wednesday or something, I am going to have like another quote magazine review type video, and we are going to go through each one of these pages. Now, this is a very deep magazine, okay? They include even Simbas in here, and your international wrestling champions and your Mannix figures. So it's not just Hasbro's. So they incorporate like all of your Hasbro style figures and your prototypes and stuff like that. They got advertisements and actual like commercial type, picture stuff in here. So this is a freaking awesome magazine to go through. Am I going to spend a lot of time on each and every single page? Probably not. So it could be an hour-long video. It could be a 30-minute video. I don't know. I would say probably better than 30 minutes based on how many pages there are. But, I mean, if you guys are interested, I mean, that's probably what I'm looking at, probably being maybe next Wednesday or something. So, that's it for this video, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys in the comments and see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.